Terracotta is a product that is relevant to Australian architecture because it's a raw, natural material that's very traditional but can also be used in a modern installation. I think generally architects and designers in Australia are always looking to use traditional materials in interesting ways and sustainable materials. Manetti Terracotta is sustainable and it is hard-wearing.
Cotto Manetti is a family business. It's been in the Manetti family since about 1780. It is the last real terracotta factory in the world. It comes from Tuscany. Real terracotta must come from a source of clay at a place called Impruneta in Tuscany, and they're the last factory really producing product on any scale. They still make Roman urns, and they still make urns where they ferment wine in the terracotta. And they also have a winery and wine business. We've been selling Manetti terracotta for around about 10 years, I think. The link to Manetti, or our relationship with Manetti, is important in a number of ways. One is they fit our brand so well. They're a product that's really beautiful. Their manufacturing hasn't changed in 200 years or so.
Terracotta as a natural material is basically just clay and dirt. It's a grey clay and dirt that when it's baked turns that reddy color. It's very pure in its nature. So that in itself makes it quite sustainable. There's not that much processing. I think that's always relevant to Australian architecture because, especially since the bushfires, the design community has called out for more consideration of sustainable uses and materials and practices in design and architecture. I think when you look at terracotta and you go to Europe and you go to different countries, you see that terracotta is used so often in architecture and design and has been so for so many years. I think that's what makes it so interesting and beautiful for all design. It's something that we recognize that's timeless and beautiful.
The Manetti product is linked to historical architecture. Their product has been used in some very notable old buildings in Florence. One of them is the museum where the statue of David is housed, but also some very special buildings in both England and America and all throughout Europe. Some of these buildings are very public and they show the durability of the material because they literally get thousands of people a day walking over them and there's just almost no deterioration at all. There's something unique about the Impruneta clay that makes the real Manetti Cotto incredibly durable. It's as though it gets tougher with time. It's something quite unique to this clay that just makes it stronger and stronger as the years go by. One of their jobs, for example, is they maintain the roof tiles at Brunelleschi's dome in Florence. They have to be a pretty special company to do that. Product is incredibly durable. It's going to last a long, long time. They're happy to do all sorts of customised tiles with us, including, of course, things like furniture.
Interno Design went to Manetti to produce a table and stools for them as custom furniture pieces. This exhibits also the multiple uses of terracotta. The way that they've made these table and chairs for Interno is they carve chalk molds, is what they traditionally do, and they put the terracotta on top and baked it, and that's the way that you make modern pieces of furniture using old school terracotta production. They're built to last and they're fine, exposed to the elements outdoors. The Geo table and cave stools are specifically designed by Interno and produced by Manetti, but it just gives another example that Manetti is able to produce any sort of furniture pieces or custom pieces with the right design and quantity, and it just exhibits more customization that Artedomus and their suppliers can give to designers.
They'll put natural pigments in the clay to create special colours for us. They'll do edge pieces, they'll do all sorts of things for an architect. Federico Manetti, who's the son of the older director, has taken over the running of the business. And since he visited us, we have learnt so much more about their capabilities and what they're willing to do.
The more we learn about how amazing the product is, the more we're committed to educating the design community. So although we've done quite a few projects through the years, right now there's been a real resurgence in the use of terracotta, using that traditional building materials in design. So currently we've got a few hotel projects, we've got commercial projects, commercial lobbies, and we've got so many residences for facades, for indoors, for outdoors that have embraced the terracotta, its beauty, and are using it in architecture.